everybody, this is Elsie Rosie here, or really I go by Ro now. So hey everybody, welcome back to the O Ship Show. On today's episode, we are doing a special some of the items that I got from Spirit Halloween. Because spooky season is officially here, which is amazing to hear. And since I am lucky enough to be close to a local Spirit Halloween, I got a coupon. So off I went with my dog and we got some cool stuff. So I wanted to show it to you guys. So the first thing that I got was that I got this Trick or Treat lanyard. I'm going slow so you guys can see it. So Trick or Treat is a Halloween movie that came out a couple of years ago. It's a pretty good movie with the main main character being Sam, who is this little boy. He's so much fun. And honestly, the movie is gory, it's amazing, there's multiple stories going on at once. And I love that technique. I love that process. And so that's the reason why I bought this lanyard. They had a bunch of stuff that was also trick or treat themed, which I didn't get. But honestly, I really like Sam. That's the main villain here. He's really fun. Villain, I definitely recommend watching the movie. It's just such a good movie, and I definitely recommend it because I think it's just so cool. But there were a ton of stuff on him, and I was like, okay, I gotta limit myself because I had one coupon, remember, and that coupon could go for one thing. So I'm like, perfect, lanyard, easy, and it's something I can wear to work. Perfect, no biggie. Yeah, then I made the smart decision of going to the Child's Play section. That's like me going into any FNAF section area, literally. It becomes like, just look at my wall, that's what I have. So guys, Child's Play was actually my first horror experience. FNAF was not. Child's Play was the first horror movie that I got really into, because when I was in middle school and high school, I was terrified of horror. It did not suit me at all. I was scared of it. I think the big reason why I was scared of it was because so many people around me didn't like horror, or it was more taboo topic, why would you like it, or you were seen as creepy or weird because you liked it. This is a negative perception, which is bad. So what eventually got me into doing this was a quote that one of my English teachers told me when I was I think I was a sophomore in high school. So right when I started right before I started posting the FNAF comic, he said, if you want to stay sane, it's best to feed the alligators in your brain. And I did not know what that meant. Apparently it's attributed to some famous author. I still don't know who actually said that, and I'm paraphrasing it too. But he said that's how he relates to horror. Because you don't actually want to kill anybody, but you really like horror. So I was like, okay, after I heard that, I was like, okay, I'm gonna face my fear. I'm gonna watch Child's Play. I am now 22 years old and far from high school and completely obsessed with the Child's Play series. So that is my little introduction into the Child's Play franchise. So guys, I want to show you guys what I got from Child's Play. So I wanted to get a lot of subtle things that I could actually wear more on, just like with my name tag with Sam. Because a lot of things from Halloween you can only really wear once, or you can wear for cosplays. I wanted stuff that I could subtly wear more consistently, because I'm trying to be more honest about me liking spooky things. So I needed stuff that I can wear more consistently. So the first thing I found was this. So this necklace isn't, as far as I know, is never actually in a Child's Play movie or any of the Chucky movies, but it has this logo, Good Guys, which is the brand name of Chucky's original doll. Because I know there was one where they were called Good Pals. They're really called Good Guys, that's what they're called. So this is a choker that I get to wear, which I'm super excited about. And I also wanted to point out a fun fact on the back of the name, is that, so on the back of the title, it has this little logo thing where it says a bunch of Child's Play movies. And it actually and the reason why I'm bringing it up is because it says Chucky, Child's Play 2, Child's Play 3, Bride of Chucky, and Seed of Chucky. The reason why I'm bringing up Seed is because no one brings up Seed. Seed of Chucky is actually one of my favorite Child's Play movies. I really like that movie because it's so campy, silly, but the gore is top notch, and I love it. I love that kind of stuff. So maybe someday I'll be able to do a mini comic or something about one of my favorite characters from that movie is Glenn and Glenda. If I can do a little comic of them, may happen. So this really made me happy, and I was like, okay, just one more thing, I will be fine, survive. I said that about the lanyard and I was right, because I found this under it, because I was looking for more subtle Chucky stuff. So pins. So these are pins and stamp-on stamps of good guys. Chucky with the infamous, like, I think it's a yardstick, where like he beats the teacher to death in Child's Play 2. It's a hugely famous scene in Child's Play, and they actually have a sticker from doing it. And then they got a knife and Chucky's head. So these ones I can actually wear out in public. I was gonna put these guys on my backpack, and with these guys I can wear my lanyard to work. So I was like, perfect. Nice and subtle. I can get away with this. Won't be too bad. Yeah, an employee came up to me and my dog, and he was like, hey, is there anything I can help you with? And I was like, yeah, why not? Like, I'm sure, like, he needs something. I'm like, I'm sure I can give something. I'm like, okay, yeah, I have a challenge for you. Do you have any more Chucky stuff? Because there was this stuff that I really got, which I'm really excited about, and there also was some costumes and stuff. And I'm like, but I know there's more. I'm like, there might be more. Like, I'll ask and see. And he looks at me with this wide-eyed look, and I'm like, what you mean? And he's like, what are you looking for? And I'm like, oh no, what did I get myself into? And I said, I'm like, okay, what's the most obscure thing from Chucky that I'm guaranteed they wouldn't have? And I'm like, a Chucky doll. And that's what I said. I'm like, do you have a Chucky or Tiffany doll? I didn't even bring up Glenn and Glenda because that's like non-existent. The look he had in my face, he was like, you wait here. I will be right back. And I'm like, okay, what's going on? So like 10 minutes later, I'm still hanging out in the Chucky section because I had nothing else to do today, and I was like, hey, I don't know, maybe I'll get something. And honestly, that me telling this story reminds me so much of the actual first Child's Play movie on how Andy's mom, Karen, actually got Chucky. But he comes back and he's like, hey, I checked with my manager. He like does a side eye, like he looks from left to right, making sure no one's listening to us. He leans in and he goes, we have 2 Child's Play dolls in the back. And I'm like, what? And he's like, they're not Chucky dolls, essentially. They're good guy dolls. There's only 2. And they're expensive. How do you feel? And I'm like, I am broke consistently because I'm obsessed with fandoms. And I'm like, you know what? I'll just look. Like, there's no way I can spend that much money on a doll. So, I'll just look. I thought it'd be a little Funko Pop. You know, like a little baby, a little small boy. Yeah. As you guys can probably tell by my tone of voice, it was big. It is a large voice. Here, I'll scooch all the way out. Look how big it is. He put it down in front of me and was like, yeah, what do you think? And I literally was like, oh my God, yes. Here, one second, I gotta show you guys. Like, look at this. They have the original accessories for the Good Guy dolls. They have the Good Guys brand of Chucky's name under it. And a red head Good Guy doll. I was like, oh, I need this. Has the Good Guy logo. It has a bunch of cute little drawings of Chucky, like, and a bunch of accessories that he has, which I thought was really cool. This side has a bunch of other stuff just like that. Honestly, I was really blown away by like how like detailed this box was, because it looks like the Chucky doll, the Collect All Accessory guys, Good Guy accessories, which is what Karen originally gave Andy, wasn't a Good Guy doll accessory. And this bag is the thing that I really want to draw you guys' attention to. He wants to be your best friend, your pal since '88. The reason why I'm bringing that up is because in 1988 is when the original Child's Play movie came out. And he always called Andy his pal. This is the back of the box. And his favorite catchphrase, hi, I'm Chucky, you wanna play? And the reason why I'm pausing down at these shoes is because these shoes are exactly like the first Child's Play movie where we saw, here, one second, I'm gonna switch back so you guys can see me. There you guys are. Okay, so the big reason why I wanted to bring up these shoes is because these shoes, these footprints specifically, are very set with the Good Guy doll brand, especially with Chucky. And the reason why I'm putting out these footprints and why they're so important to the story lore was because in the original Child's Play, so spoilers for the original Child's Play, at least for the first like 30 minutes, I think 30 minutes. I haven't watched that movie in a minute, but I still love that movie. Good movie. But in that movie, the original first kill was Aunt Maggie. And Aunt Maggie died by being pushed out a window. And the police found the only evidence that they found on the scene who could connect them to a suspect were footprints in the flour of shapes just like this. So originally in that scene, there were 2 people who had shoes that matched that footprint. Chucky, the good guy doll, but that couldn't be. The only other person who had that same footprint was Karen's kid, Andy Barkley. And that's why in the original movie, where if you just watch it before like Chucky starts to move, it becomes a suspense film, especially if you're unfiltered to all the spoilers. That's where the idea begins. Like, did Andy actually kill his Aunt Maggie? And where it's left kind of ambiguous. Even though Andy's like, Chucky did it, he did it, and everyone's like, Chucky is a doll. He wouldn't kill. He can't kill. Oh, how the years have told us otherwise. But yeah, so once I saw these footprints on the back of the box, I'm like, how much was it again? He told me, and I'm like, oh, it's a lot of money. Fair enough, I did just get paid, so I'm like, okay, like I could do it. And he's like, also, if you check online, we got a coupon. And I'm like, oh, I got a coupon. He's like, that coupon would go for the most expensive thing on your cart. And I'm like, okay. So, am I in debt? Yes. But am I very fucking content? Sorry, bad word. Yes. Because now I have this really cool prop that I'm going to use in YouTube channels and new series. And a fun story to go with it, because this was so freaking cool. Also makes me so happy because I love Chucky, I love the Child's Play series, and I love to get to see more merch of it, and I love to actually support it, which is really exciting. And it's also really cool because I think because there's a new movie there's a Child's Play TV series coming out, I think in October. There's a trailer that came out for it a while ago. I'll do that video next and like show you guys all about it. But I'm really excited. I might actually do that with my Chucky doll. Then I'll take him out of the box. I know. I'm a terrible human being. How could I ever take my collector's item out of the box? But yeah, guys, I am super excited for my great stuff, my great haul from Spirit. Thank you guys so much for watching and learning some fun facts about each item. And I hope you all have a great day. Thank you. Bye.